Felt like the time before the premiere was unlimited, and now all of a sudden it's one day away. Now I have nothing left to hide behind, and my choices will all be up on that screen tomorrow.
Alright, today is the 4th of May, 2021. My name is Floris, and I thought I ought to document my journey in making Darkest Light, a feature film. As it stands, it's called Darkest Light. Is it going to continue to be called Darkest Light? Who knows? Ugh. In any case, I have already long begun the process of producing this film. I started writing it in 2019, if my maths checks out, when I first moved here to Wellington. And ever since, it's very, very slowly been building, block by block, into what will, hopefully, universe willing, be a cool first feature film project of mine that I wrote and directed. So this is the next stage, either the shameful or the shameless stage, depending on how you want to look at it. The crowdfunding stage. So I've set up my crowdfund here. Got my video ready to go. Hi, my name is Floris, and I'm the writer-director of Darkest Light, a crime thriller independent feature film set in Wellington, New Zealand. You may be asking yourself, what is Darkest Light, and why am I asking you to help pay for it? Well, after years and years of dedicating myself to filmmaking, at last, I felt it was finally about time to graduate from short films and make a full-length movie. So this is either going to be a wholesome section of the documentary before the success of the crowdfund, or it's going to be extraordinarily hilarious to watch the failure of the crowdfund. So what happens is someone's going to look at this and go, what's that? Go click it, they go, what's this film project?
I think you need Wi-Fi.
You do?
I don't have Wi-Fi.
And you need data.
Yeah, I don't have data.
They go, what? They want free money? I don't know if that's a finable offence, so for all intents and purposes, that was not me. Well, I've been handing out my promotional pamphlets around the Wellington region to try and spread the word for my crowdfund at cafes, restaurants, art galleries, cinemas, miscellaneous proprietors, and I'm really hoping that that's sort of going to help spread the word and provide some adequate networking for the project. And I'm slowly but surely starting to feel like the $20,000 goal is looking a little bit intimidating, perhaps, for contributors. I'm hoping that's not actually the case. And the real cruel irony of the whole thing is the fact that as I start to do the maths more and more, as I start to do my arithmetic, I'm starting to fret that I might not even be able to make the movie for a $20,000 budget. So that's kind of where I'm at today, and for the foreseeable couple of weeks, where I continue to spread the word on this crowdfund and hopefully make a bit of money along the way. It's a new day, and Wellington City Council has announced the recipients for the Arts and Culture Fund, and I have my email. So let's just go ahead and bite the bullet and open it. Am I expecting them to give me any money? No, I'm not. My request has been declined. Well, I think it's safe to say that every single filmmaker in New Zealand that's ever lived has already resigned themselves to never being awarded any grants money from the council whatsoever, so that's no big surprise. So, naturally, we have no choice but to find other avenues to get a little bit of extra cash. I do have to give an additional shout out to my lovely mother, who has been going on a pilgrimage of her own, handing out pamphlets around the Hamilton region back home. So thank you, Mama, very much. I appreciate your hard work and your dedication and your support. I love you, and don't forget that. How is the crowdfund campaign going, you might ask yourself? Well, it is stationary. It is stagnant. It is not moving. It has been stuck on 16% for a few days now. And I know $3,000 doesn't really look actually that bad. It looks decent, but half of that is actually coming from me because, as we remember, I'm match donating up to the value of 10 grand. Admittedly, we have a bit of time left, but it's starting to become a little bit freaky, a little bit disconcerting. Let's just quickly refresh to see if anything's changed. Nothing's changed. Not so long ago, I was saying it would be particularly amusing if we didn't reach our funding target in the crowdfunding campaign. Well, I have to admit, it's not so amusing now. It's not even funny anymore, going around begging for spare change, putting in all this hard work, all this legwork just to see a lot of indifference. I've been approaching different funding organizations and companies for potential sponsorship, but most of them aren't interested. They recently released the new financial budget as well for the arts and culture sector. And they even admitted themselves that a lot of it is not going towards the lower to mid-level range of emerging artists. And there's not enough to go around. I might have to do something outrageous, think outside of the box, shave my head and shave my beard for a fundraising event of some sort. I don't know, but I'll just have to keep my chin up and keep on moving and hope that something turns up. And by the way, I just want to make it abundantly clear that I don't even like talking about money. I fucking hate talking about money. I don't give a shit about the money. The money isn't even for me. The money is for the technicians, for the performers, for the artists who are going to help me make the film in the first place. I'm not going to see a cent of it. I'm very likely going to go broke. But that is just fucking the whole part of the process of making a film, isn't it? You have to go through hell just to be able to finance the damn thing. And I'm not exactly happy about it, but I just thought I would add that additional little tidbit. So, there you go.
So I says to Floris, I says, yeah, I got your donation here.
I got your donation right here. Take my wallet. Take my phone. Take my apartment. Take my apartment. Take my jacket, bro. Take my jacket. Here you go. Scan the QR.
Scan the code. Zap.
Take my beard. Actually, no, my beard.
Well, thank you very much for the donation.
I liked Australia. So you're still living out in? Yeah, in the middle of the
October, actually really chaotic. He wants to...
Wait, what the? Oh, sorry guys. So, yep, your eyes don't deceive you. I've put up a little bit of an auction framed as a charity auction, selling 2 props used by the actors in the short film that the feature film adaptation is based on. I wrote up a little bit of a sob story explaining how independent film is suffering. Will anyone buy into this? I bloody wouldn't blame them if they didn't. But it might still be a little bit of good PR, a little bit of media coverage. It's a bit clickbaity though, eh? Alright, let's watch some auctioning magic happen right before our eyes. Refresh. Oh my god, oh come on man, you can do better than that, come on. Mark, Amelia, come on now. Give me something to smile about. I'm gonna punch you. Jump in whenever you feel like you've got the time to do it. 10 seconds. 6 seconds. 4 seconds. It's all over. The winner of the auction has actually asked for a letter of authenticity. So, in classic rugged independent filmmaking fashion, I've drafted one up. It's a little bit low tech, but I think it does the job. So, if you're out there and you're watching this, this is for you.
Come on, Flo. Distract me.
You're distracted like this.
No, I hate that.
This is good. You'll thank me later for this.
Well, all you're gonna hear is me talking about how much I need to pee. So.
Yeah, that's kind of cringe.
Sure.
1 week remaining in my crowdfunding campaign, and what am I doing to attempt to accomplish that final stretch? I got in touch with the Wellington Entertainment Group, and they recommended that they host a function free of charge where we auction off allocated items that are sponsored to us. And here is our first sponsorship contribution, a vintage Ara Video t-shirt alongside a voucher eligible for 1 month of DVD hire. Coming in hot, our next sponsorship item. A 10-trip pass to the Lighthouse Cinema. So, as I make my arrangements for my little live auction function, do you know who came creeping back into the country? That's right, COVID-19 is back, baby. Remember that worldwide pandemic? So, now, as we are in alert level 2, only in Wellington no less, just to add insult to injury, the hope is that we'll get to shift back to alert level 1 next week and then everything can return to the status quo. But if not, I'm in deep shit. I think I've just had one of the greatest epiphanies of my entire life. So I had this hamper basket, but I just didn't know what to do with it. All I knew is I wanted to raffle it off one way or another. But to who and where? I think I have the answer. Check this out. I'm going to walk around the Wellington region, Courtney Place, Cuba Street, sort of the busy locations and that sort of thing. And I'm going to lug around the hamper like this. And it's going to be cumbersome, but it's going to draw people's attention. Then when I have their attention, I can reach out and start handing out my little flyers like this and say, you could win this, you could win this, you could win this. Support independent film. One by one, people will become intrigued, and slowly but surely, the donations will start rolling in. It sounds like a good idea, but it is getting late and I might be suffering from sleep deprivation and oxygen deprivation. Alright, it's the following day and I'm out and about in public like I promised myself I would be with my hamper basket. But now when it comes to raffling this off to strangers, I'm feeling a little bit timid. Also, I forgot that baskets are heavy. Alright, my courage is still deserting me, so I'm gonna just point this camera at myself in the center of town and try to hype myself up. Hype, hype, hype. Hype. Probably look like a delinquent, but that's okay. Come on now. It's for the film. It's all for the film. Go on, Kish.
No,
anything you'd like to say?
There's nothing that I'd like to say. You've destroyed my display chest.
Dude, my fucking belt snapped in half while I was carrying this thing, so my pants are literally tumbling to my feet. Which, to be honest, is adding a little bit of extra layer of difficulty. Oh shit. You have no idea how last minute all of this is. I'm still going around asking for sponsorship inquiries, going up to the retailers themselves, and of course the shopkeepers tell me that I need to send a business inquiry via email to their boss, who are naturally unresponsive. And the Wellington Entertainment Group, who are going to host this event, have limited their resources and left everything up to me. I have to get my own guest list. I have to host the auction myself. And this is all happening tomorrow. So I hope you guys are enjoying this three-way date. A super elaborate production that is...
the joys of filmmaking on low budgets.
Anything you'd like to add to that there, Jared? Or are you just too camera shy?
Not especially.
This was supposed to be the success of the campaign. What do you think, James? Yeah, so that just about covers it. I think that sums it up.
In a larger area.
We were waiting for someone to come in and do the tipping point so we could move to a larger area.
It's very cramped.
But it was unnecessary. In fact, we've lost a person and now we've got more space.
It's still cramped.
So this is my lesson learned. Never do a crowdfunding campaign ever again.
Welcome to this year's biggest fundraising event. We're here with Floris Van Gaalen, the man himself. This place is packed out. We're all here to raise money for Floris' feature film. Come on, everybody!
So Carl, while you play that tune, are you telling me I shouldn't be bitter on my event about how no one turned up?
No. I think people are just... They don't give a fuck, man. Like, that's half the problem, man.
Good morning, Wellington. Let the countdown begin. Okay, well, you know what? Last night was a total disaster. The ghost town function. But it's totally fine, you know what? Shit happens. And now we need to move on. There's less than a day to go on my campaign, so now I have to make the choice whether or not I'm going to go through with shaving my head on live stream. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? We're going to look back on this and say, what on earth was going through my head when I did this? We're sitting on 14,996. If you push us over to 15,000, I'll put you in the draw for the hamper. Hello, Stacy. Woohoo, well done. Yeah, well done. I don't know. This is maybe this is just a sign of my descent into total insanity. But I feel like this is going to be in service of the film and a representation of our dedication to cinema. Yep, so I'm on the live stream here, and for the live stream, I'm on camera. First milestone is shave the beard. Oh, you can't see that. There you go. Well, I've saved the moustache for last. What do you think? Maybe I should keep the moustache. Go bald and keep the moustache. That's what a bunch of beard hair looks like in a human hand. And for the stream. That's just charming, isn't it? That's charming because everyone wants to see that. Yeah, that'll entice people to donate. Show them a clump of fucking hair. Okay. Let's see. Oh no. It's actually Grace. But she's the girl I'm seeing, so that felt like a conflict of interest and potentially rigged. So I had to redraw. Sorry, Grace, I'll buy you dinner. I promise. Dustin. Alright, here we go, everybody. And by everybody, I mean whoever's there. Could be two of you. Alright, got the camera on, got the live stream on. And now someone's calling me. Wow, that is really bad timing. It's my mother. Sorry, excuse me. So fuck fuck the donations, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna start shaving right now. As I say, before I lose my nerve. Oh man.
No!
Oh no, I look like an actual psychopath.
Oh! I can't believe he's actually doing it!
It is what it is. There's a lot of hair on the back, I'm not gonna lie. This might take another 45 minutes just to get rid of the shit back here. I think I've just about fulfilled my oath. This is it. This is my aesthetic now. Well, 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 would you look at that? 30 minutes remaining. 100%. How could that be?
Oh, fantastic, eh?
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, you too.
I do have one question for you. What is your opinion on your son being bald right now?
I prefer a son with some hair, you know, but yeah, maybe, I don't know. I have to see it first, huh?
The crowdfunding campaign is all over. So what did we learn? Well, personally, I learned that I would not wish a crowdfunding campaign even upon my worst enemy. I learned that my parents are the most supportive and generous people I've ever met. And I learned that if you decide to shave your head on live stream, people will turn up. But I think the moustache has to go.
It's alright. You're going to get famous, and then what's going to happen after that is you're going to make a lot of money, and you're going to give back to the people that got you there.
No, no, no. I'll become just like the people I sought to destroy. I'll keep it for myself.
Yikes, that's true though.
The good news is that the two lead performers, Amelia and Mark, as well as myself, were able to have a little bit of an online rendezvous to talk about the script. The bad news is that due to the food poisoning I'd gotten a day earlier, I was rendered entirely inarticulate.
Huge congratulations on the script.
Thank
you. No, seriously, the story is really quite unique. You know, even though we've had, you know, soothsayers and all sorts of stories where people can touch things, and there are many shows like that. There's something about the script that is very, it's very compelling from the perspective of it, and playing it within the realms of a police thriller.
Yes, it's a police drama, and it makes me go, well, what sets this one aside than anyone else? And Mark and I were talking about it, and I think it's the relationship between those two. When do you actually see a friendship of a male and a female on screen that isn't, you know, like, so, I mean, I know there's a lot, I know that's not what the script is fundamentally about, but for me, that's what makes it the most interesting.
I did tell myself I wanted this documentary to be authentic and to be an all-encompassing depiction of my pilgrimage in the making of this film, and to be quite honest, I've just had a little bit of a meltdown as a result of the culmination of professional as well as interpersonal social pressures. I was doing so well. Social and professional pressures have suddenly culminated into one. Wait, did I say that already? Fuck. Strike a pose.
Floris, you're next.
No.
Yes.
You see, when you've written a crime film and you're making corrections to the screenplay, it's hard to tell as far as the mystery is concerned whether you are fixing problems or just creating new problems. Right now, I'm really struggling to figure out which one it is that I'm doing. Woo!
So you've got sound on?
I do, yes. A massive thank you to Adrian for the super easygoing tour of the Wellington City Council archives at last. An office space that matches that classic police station look that I've been searching for without the ridiculously unaffordable venue hire costs that I've come to expect everywhere else. I think this is going to work really well. We're here at Avalon Studios in Lower Hutt to check out some police uniforms that were produced specifically for Wellington Paranormal, but the plan is to move them laterally to my film. Well, they turned out to be legitimate uniforms with real New Zealand police insignias, so for legal reasons, I can't show off anything just yet. But I can assure you they look outstanding. In the meantime, I'm just designing some police emblem prototypes of my own. What do you reckon?
Just a bike graveyard by the look of it.
Yeah, I brought my bike here 2.5 years ago when I first moved, and it's been locked in that exact same place ever since, just because I was afraid of the Wellington wind. So just looking down at the camera like this works alright, or should I gaze past it kind of above it?
You look
Or
right,
just looked at the
right,
lens?
it's alright, you look, I'm still mucking around with the lighting. You look struggling, brilliant filmmaker.
That's it. It's the this grassroots approach from the bottom. There's nowhere else to go but up, I guess.
That's right.
I had a little bit of an interview with the Dominion Post, the Wellington branch of... My fudging eye! Which is the Wellington branch of the Stuff Journalism website, to talk about the grievances of film funding. So my face may well be in the newspaper very soon, having a bitch and a whinge about financing in the arts, and quite likely burning every bridge within sight. On a personal note, I am 1 month sober, and to commemorate this milestone, fuck.
The Director General of Health has recommended and Cabinet has agreed to keep all of New Zealand at level 4 until 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, August 24.
Grace and her family have been very gracious in allowing me to stay here for the duration of the Alert Level 4 COVID lockdown. And while I've been here, the article that I lent my voice to has been published, and thankfully, I don't come across as much of a complaining baby as I thought I would. It's a fairly aggressive stance, but I think it's a reasonable stance, so at least the word is out there, and in the meantime, my film gets a little bit of publicity to go with it. Look at this. Not only is my camera no longer focusing on objects correctly, but when I go to turn my laptop on, it is absolutely stuffed. My film script, my assets, my documentary footage is all on this machine. If I lost it all, I do not know what I would do with myself. And my lens, what is going on with my lens? This is actually so bad. I did not think that I would ever see the day, but my laptop that has served me so well for the past decade is being retired. Through all of my university studies, for 8 years of the 48-hour film festival, and every single short film I've ever written, directed, produced, and edited has been made on this machine. So let us lament the best damn computer I've ever owned. 2011, to 2021. Well, I've made my move to disassemble and retrieve the data from my old laptop in order to transfer the files to the new laptop. And you'll know it worked if you're watching this right now. Wee-hoo! I've arrived at Hamilton Airport to give my father a surprise visit for his 76th birthday. This is the city where I grew up, so it's nice to be back.
I think the best time was university time.
Oh.
So you were happy to go. You didn't. When you had your operation.
You mean my appendicitis?
Yeah. I was going to get him, and Mom going to get him from the hospital. You know where he wanted to go?
Where?
Straight to university, because he had a lecture and he didn't want to miss it. Instead of coming home.
Okay, I'm ready. What is your worst memory?
Every day when I brought you to kindy and I left you behind there, and I repeat, every day you started crying. Crying and crying. And then sometimes I stayed for a while and I played with you because I thought, oh, he's so sad. But then eventually I had to go and you started crying.
And then, when you went to pick him up, he would cry again because he didn't want to go.
Heb je genoeg gespeeld?
Ja.
Zo, wat nu dan?
Nu televisie. Ik vind het mooi, televisie, papa. Ik vind het heel mooi. Ik vind het heel mooi, televisie, papa.
Ja, maar ik vind het heel mooi als jullie samen spelen.
Ik wil niet kijken als het mooi is, papa. Ik vind het mooi om te kijken op dat televisie, papa.
I'm back in Wellington, and I am procrastinating because I'm once again at that stage where I'm feeling intimidated by all the tasks that are ahead of me. Also, I can't be bothered jumping through most of the loopholes to make my camera focus on me properly, so I could be a little bit blurry, but I just don't care right now. I suppose it's one of those things, like Martin Scorsese said, if the machinery of it all feels too big and scary, that's good. You get up in the morning and you do it anyway. But shit, man, I just can't fucking be bothered. You know what I mean? I'm back on the webcam to fill you in on what's been happening lately. Are you joking? Fuck off. I finally ordered the embroidered badges for my police uniforms, which came out pretty decent. It looks both kind of scuffed, but also good at the same time. I reckon by the time they've been stitched onto the clothing and shown through a camera lens, they'll look totally fine. That is based on the design here that I drew, which I think has come a reasonably long way from that first prototype I showed you. The bad news is that I found a private hospital to film in. And just as it seemed like everything was going so well, there happened to be a crew doing an ad who filmed there over the weekend and caused a greater disruption than they expected. And now, as a result, they are reluctant to let me film there because they've come to the realization that the film crew is more of a nuisance. So that's a major pain in the ass. But I'll have no choice but to keep on keeping on. I decided to bus all the way outside of the Wellington city centre to visit a hospital in person, a private hospital to implore them to let me film at one of their wards. And the moment I walked in was the moment they told me to fuck off. And I'm on the brink of collapse right now. I'm somewhat putting on a brave face, but it's certainly not sincere. I think I'm gonna break down into tears. And by the way, can I add, why is it so fucking hard to find a cinematographer? Shit, man, why do they take it so seriously? Just come make a film with me. How hard is it? Fuck. I mean it, man. And here's my friend Kish to pick me up. Saving the day.
Hello, Floris.
Hello. I was about to start crying.
Walk all the way.
Well, I mean, I took the bus halfway there.
Oh, okay.
Now I'll tell you why the budget is plummeting at an extreme rate. It's because the agents...
This is a good place for you. This is where we should drop you off. Kinder care. To manage your problems, mate. Sorry. Okay. So what were you saying?
Well, since I can't afford 3 weeks worth of accommodation for my lead actress when she comes here to film in January, in a panic, I offered her my single room studio for the duration of the shoot. And I have to say that dust is a morbid enemy. And I actually have to clean this place up a bit. You may ask yourself, where am I going to live for that time? Well, I'll figure something out. Right? Right? Okay, sometimes you just have to laugh because I just sent a tentative shooting schedule to the talent agent and I bloody forgot to remove this. I am such a wanker. Came across this photo from 6 years ago when the dream was still alive and in the making. When I would grab a camera, a microphone, gather a couple of friends and we would just get out there and do it. Filmmaking at its purest. I'm gonna need to have this beer if I'm gonna finish this fucking rewrite. On top of everything else, I'm finalizing the schedule. Shot list. We're running out of time. Alrighty then, now it's a matter of compartmentalizing all of the props and delegating them to each of the boxes for the locations in which they've been assigned to. I see now why these jobs are allocated to multiple different people, because I've taken on way too much work. But there's no time for complaining because principal photography starts in a couple of weeks, so let's just get on with that. Rachel from Lower Hutt Pack and Save, you are a queen. You've single-handedly saved my life because catering is sorted. That's not too bad. I don't think that's a problem. I think that's quite good, actually.
Wacht even, ik zal even laten zien.
Okay. Nice. And then if you turn it around, can you... Oh! Wow, that looks really good. I was worried that it might look a little bit fake or crappy.
Oh, okay.
Nice one, Mama.
Okay.
Then since it has Velcro,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can put that on.
Oh, beautiful. Finally, I could do something. Woohoo.
I told you, just you being there was enough, but this is just a bonus.
Okay.
Here we are, with 1 week remaining until I commence filming on my debut movie. After all this mucking about with last-minute script revisions and dealing with catering and worrying about costuming and sorting out the camera stuff, it all managed to come together. Thankfully, I was able to have a little bit of relaxation time over Christmas, and then next Wednesday, it's all go.
Scene 26, Alpha, take 1.
How exciting.
Cool. Camera set. Action.
Boss? Why do you think you're here, David?
I'm baffled.
Are you?
The ones I can turn off the one to do it and someone does it. Yeah. We'll see how that looks. It might be a bit weird, but
I was wondering sunglasses on. Does that look bad? Like, you know, like looks like she's just coming from outside. But
I'm just kind of estimating we're going to do a dolly track as she comes and sits down.
So you do some information.
And then from there, it's pretty much.
like trained actor, I trained
Speak. Scene 32, Alpha, take 1.
Set.
Action.
I was only trying to help.
Would you describe yourself and David as good friends?
As in, are we close?
Yeah, are you close?
We get on some of the time.
Roll it.
32, Alpha, take 2.
Set.
32, Alpha, take 5. Take 6. Take 7. Take 8. Take 9. 32, Alpha, take 10.
Set.
And action.
I was only trying to help.
Move along. Right, yep.
Action.
smart to go behind Porter's back.
You've done worse things than I have. Anyway, if I can't enter my own home for a gin, my own house for a gin, what's the point?
This is serious,
Sorry, you need to tell me if you're going to do that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we just ran in the last minute, my bad.
Camera sit.
Action.
Walk and talk.
Yeah, make it quick, thank you.
It's not smart to go behind Porter's back.
Hang on, hold up.
Oh, the old shutter came
And
down.
I think you might be able to see a mic there.
Yeah, still rolling.
On the roll.
Still rolling. We weren't reading it on camera.
Hmm?
We weren't reading it on camera.
Oh, you weren't? Okay.
I could see it.
You could see it.
Yeah, but you're down there.
I'm
Still
down
rolling.
Hang on.
Mark. Camera set.
Action.
Walk and talk.
Make it quick, thank you.
It's not smart to go behind Porter's back.
Come on, Nora. You've done worse things than I have. If I can't enter my own house for a gin, what is the work? Take 2.
Action.
Afternoon. It's a good day for it.
Constables.
Will you be happy joining us for a drive to the station, detective?
Shit. Is this about a fishing license?
Just your bag there at the start. Oh, there you are.
Hey.
So yeah, we pretty much we're set. Just like waiting on a.
Pardon?
Do we want to set up the extras?
Yep. Let's set them up. Okay. And action.
Second and third drinks are on you.
Well, you can pay. You're the lawyer.
I thought you'd be relieved. Is that why you hired me? Anyone would think you were something.
You resent me. Is that the word you're looking for?
Drunk, sorry.
She's drunk already. Okay, from the top. Christ.
I've got to have one, you know that now.
Staying on the roll?
Yeah. Oh, I got a habla.
You're the lawyer, aren't you?
No, you can pay. You're the lawyer.
Thank you.
No, you can pay. You're the lawyer.
Yep. All right.
Blah, blah, blah. It's a bit of banter.
Sorry, very quickly, because I know we haven't talked enough about this. I think that there needs to be a slight edge of paranoia for me as well, because only 2 scenes before I've been followed down the street, right? So do I think there's an element of being watched in this environment, or do you just want me to act that?
A little bit. I think that does need to be there, because you're not totally off the hook just
No.
Excellent.
We're good to go?
Good to go.
Alright, awesome. Going for a take and turnover.
Yeah, she's getting a phone call and we're pacing up and down the bar and Floris thinks don't pull focus with her. Oh fuck, am I still rolling?
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
Action.
David!
Cassandra.
I've just been speaking to the funeral director.
Yeah, we're sorry. We're allowed one, aren't we? Just like we're talking to the.
What the fuck? Can someone give me one more sandbag, please? Preferably not the leaky one. What's the leaky one?
You don't want a leaky bag.
I couldn't see for like
That's just for the carriage.
Yeah, I just thought maybe having some resistance might be nice for you. Could just take it
And the writer-director chose to make the film in Wellington because of its locations and film-making culture. He was very aware of huge footprint made by Sir Peter Jackson, or good mention that one, on the city's film industry and how the filmed Kiwi director and producer cut his teeth in the capital as a young filmmaker. Van Gaalen realised today that he had to immediately apply to the Wellington Film Group to get a permit to film in Wellington. Okay.
Too good of an actor.
But yeah, oh god, those were the days. Those were the days, I tell you. So many things going on. I mean, you know, and I just come out of drama school. 78 I finished drama school, so 79, 80, 81, 82, 83 were these first 5 years. And it was like things everywhere. Auditions. I was in battle. I was in my first one was really the Arthur Allen story, and I played one of the characters in that. You know,
I remember seeing you in something that I watched a long time ago, the Waimeti Conspiracy.
Oh, the Waimeti, with Steph Harris. That was one of his fun. I played judge.
Right,
No, I played a lawyer. But you know,
when was that? Was that 90s?
No, late 90s. No, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Early 2000s. No one said anything. I don't know. Ow!
Just concentrate.
I am trying. You have no idea how much I'm trying. Yeah, you do.
Because he starts talking before he...
Just, I turn my head that way.
Keep him in focus.
Cool.
Great, yep, great. Excellent.
I'm only matching the first shot, that's all.
That's fine. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. And set.
This is really getting annoying, Marty. Okay?
That's nice. Alright, and...
Shit, I hope so.
Sweet.
33 Bravo, take 5.
Yeah, mark it.
And if you slam the door on my ass again, Martin, there's going to be trouble. Didn't get off to a good start, did we?
Yeah, he's speed. Oh, yeah, mark it.
Oh, fuck. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you look at like the top handle or something. Bill Slade. And
40 echo, take 2.
mark it. Good. Thank you. Just out of curiosity, that's like, you know, I think we yeah, that was perfect. I just want to see how close I can get to this. Go to Min's, Connor, just to have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. Just like.
Yeah.
She runs in, going up to her, going down to her, going over to what she's doing, going up to her again, going over to her.
Yeah, and I
something like that, but not like that crazy, you know, like.
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
True.
You know?
Yeah,
Alright.
that sounds good. That felt real to me.
Good work.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. That initial rigid is exactly
That's
what
awesome.
I've been
Was
told
that-
I do.
Okay, so that was more real?
I think that was more real.
Okay. I thought the last one was more cool.
Well, you've got.
Yeah. Do we have both?
60 Bravo, take 2.
Mark it. Oh, that fan is a little bit dangerous. So move it over more. Thank you. And set.
So I'm all completely out of shot, huh? Do I need a
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
It's because I'm short.
Yeah, easy. Perfect number of glory. Has its advantages.
Absolutely, completely on some weird tangent that you were on.
What are you talking about? Where are you?
It means you're comfortable in your space.
Action.
I don't know. Abandonment, I guess.
I've got chooks in the backyard. David's got chickens.
I can't go into an emotion.
David's got chickens in the backyard.
No.
Charlie, take 8. You have, haven't you? You've got something to hide. I can't wait to put you in the play.
I'm not fucking doing a play with you.
Fucking doing a play. You'd make money. Right then.
Where are you going?
Inside. I can smell the gin from here.
I don't think that's such a good idea, mate.
My house, my gin. And if Superintendent Dean Porter has a problem with that, I don't give a shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake. David, honestly, I don't think it's a good idea.
I want a gin, okay? End of story. Oh, this fucking door. I asked them to fix it several fucking times. Oh, it's still fucking... Yeah, who locked it last? It was... After you... fucking thing. Whose fault? Let me lock the bastard. I don't know. Don't you touch the door, Floris.
Are you really like the most build up was what's over? Oh no.
Why is everybody suddenly crowding around? Floris is filming. How the hell did that go so deeply for me?
It doesn't matter how she drops it anyway.
It does matter.
No, oh
Because I have to readdress this when the superintendent comes.
We're staying.
Yeah.
We're staying right away.
We'll just leave it
So
all there
this
for
is
tomorrow.
That is,
continuity,
but we don't. That doesn't need to worry about it when it falls on the day.
No, no.
Yeah, you do. Life is full of heartache.
What are your thoughts?
Best production I've ever been on, hands down.
Good answer.
It's gonna work. I'm just gonna slightly adjust. Great. Bubbling, and we'll be ready to shoot. How are you going to be for sound here, James? You're going to filter that?
I'm going to get miles right now.
Okay. Cool. It's filterable, I think, right?
It's a little bit too much to get.
Thank you for your time, Monica. Take care of yourself.
Cut. Cut though.
I don't care if you're best mates with the Minister of Corrections. It's not happening. I love it. I did it. It's not happening.
Mr. King.
Yeah?
Look, I ran security detail on the Monica Hunt trial.
Oh, yeah?
Perks of the job include being able to eavesdrop. Look, for what it's worth, Monica Hunt is...
Is that someone escaping?
Oh, God, I'll get them.
Okay.
Okay. Happy birthday to you.
Another nice.
I mean,
oh no, he's already out of the way. Maybe a bit darker around the eyes.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to do that for the...
Because you've been drinking.
Yeah, right.
Put it lens down on my hand.
Action.
You need to tell your property manager to get the lift fixed. Oh, don't you do that again.
Oh, fuck.
Fix the lift. Oh, this from you?
Do you want to do one?
It's fine. It's fine. It's all for the art, man.
On the roll.
Green light and set.
Action.
You need to tell your property manager to fix the lift. Those stairs are going to bloody kill me.
My property manager has better things to do than to fix my fucking fuck.
Oh! Did we get that?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Can we? Okay.
It's only breaking the law if I get caught, right?
Strictly speaking, no.
We've missed a whole chunk about why you're going to help me. It's a distraction.
No, it's coming up now.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the next scene. Oh yeah,
Next scene.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit you got to say, which is distraction.
You've got to ask
Oh, what
me a
changes
question.
your mind? What changed
Yeah.
your mind? How are you doing, Gracie?
I'm going to be all right.
They were out of precinct 3.
I'm really worried about the stain on my butt.
Are you?
And that's
It
why
was
I don't turn
huge. It
around
looked like
the
you've
whole
shat
time.
yourself.
I know,
actually.
that's what I thought.
Which was really worrying me.
On the roll, really quick. Do you want to get that one part take of just the lean, just that part that
Again?
Just that one part that I don't feel like a free man. Just that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all I'd
Here we
like
go.
to get. Just
Okay.
that one part.
You're a free man, David.
On the roll. Free man.
And action.
You're a free man, David.
Then why don't I feel like a free man?
One more goal, please.
And action.
You're a free man, David.
Then why don't I feel like a free man?
I don't know.
Well, I've asked myself the question 100 times.
One more. I'm so sorry. Just
Is it?
one more for
Is it just focus?
Just because I'm having a hard time.
Oh yeah, no. Am I doing it okay for you?
You're doing it great. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right.
And,
Up. Ready?
No, I really can't.
Here we go. Sit. And good. Okay, yeah, and set. Action.
You're a free man, David.
Then why don't I feel like a free man?
Here we go.
Small dick.
Sit. Yep, set. And action.
You're a free man, David.
Then why don't I feel like a free man?
Cut. That's the one.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for everyone's patience on that.
Yeah.
This is just a very cinematic moment that we had with the cake, where it is kind of what we. If it was in a movie, it would kind of suit the movie that we've just made, that we've just wrapped on. It was meant to say it's a wrap, but obviously it's a something. It's look.
It's something.
It's just a
I don't know
comedic,
if it's a-
cinematic moment. It's just something that we should remember.
Well,
for some reason.
Okay.
And here we are.
Last day of shooting. It's
Last day of shooting.
It's
I've never respected anyone more to call that.
Oh, believe me, it takes me down.
Yeah, great. Yeah, excellent. I really wish excellent calls. How are you?
Principal photography on my first movie has concluded. I decided not to do these little self-tapes throughout filming only because I wanted to stay in the moment and I wouldn't have had the time to do them anyway since we had such strict deadlines and no money. I learnt a lot about my strengths and weaknesses, but I can genuinely say that this has been the most rewarding experience of my life, and I couldn't have done it with such a strong, dedicated team of filmmakers. We had productive days and slow days and shouty days and cheerful days and a mixture of the lot. But I think we fulfilled the outline to dive into a independent, rugged, maverick, renegade, guerrilla-style movie. And again, my deepest thank you to everyone who was involved. But it's not over yet. Up next comes the post-production process, and then of course, the red carpet premiere.
It's been a little while since I've given an update on the film itself. In fact, I've already put together a first rough cut of the entire assembly, and just to really give a full picture of the entire filmmaking process in darkest light, I thought I would show some of my ideas throughout the editing. So when they say that editing is the third and final rewrite of a movie, they are not kidding, and I think that this scene exemplifies that perfectly. Because what we've got here is a scene between Amelia Reid-Meredith and Mark Hadlow. I will just let that play out for you.
What did you see?
I think you should leave.
Grace? Come on. Come on.
Picture Elizabeth suffocating to death and you're halfway there. I knew this was a bad idea.
Grace, I need to know more. Keep trying, please. Grace, keep trying. Come on.
So just to give you a run through of what you just watched, the reason I think this is an interesting case study is because the order in which the dialogue was just presented is not the order in which the dialogue was delivered on the day. So I have completely reordered all of the dialogue for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is because I thought that some of the information was superfluous and could go, and that inevitably made the scene feel a little bit too short.
You should get rid of that.
What did you see?
I think you should leave.
Grace, come on.
You were injected with something.
With what?
I don't know, just... That's why you slept through it.
Look, I need to know. So keep trying. Grace, come on.
Picture Elizabeth suffocating to death and you're halfway there. Please just get out. You should get rid of this.
What did you see?
I think you should leave.
Grace? Come on. Come on.
Picture Elizabeth suffocating to death and you're halfway there. I knew this was a bad idea.
Grace, I need to know more. Keep trying, please. Grace, keep trying. Come on.
I just want you to leave. Get out!
So what I came up with was I decided to take some of the different takes of Mark Hadlow saying some of his lines, and the magic of Mark Hadlow is that he will always give a different line reading for every take. So I was able to use a little bit of repetition of the same take to make him sound a little more desperate in his delivery. So when he says, come on, over and over again, when he says, Grace, keep trying, that's just the same shot, but put in a different order for extra emphasis. And this is all subject to change, but that's kind of where I'm at the moment. The editing of a film doesn't end in the post-production phase. No, of course, there's also the marketing materials required, and since we didn't have enough time to take any promotional photographs, I thought a good solution would be to take some of my favorite images from the film and hire an artist to paint over the top of them. That way it has unlimited scaling without the loss of quality or resolution, and I think the painterly look actually adds to the surrealist elements of the film. And here it is so far. I might be biased, but if you ask me, I think that is a beautiful piece of art.
Neck like dong long.
Dong long.
The dong's long. Thanks, could be
So pleasure for life.
It could be dick lover.
So as you can tell, I went to the middle of nowhere to finalize my devotion to my film as well as cinema itself by getting tattooed by a group of wasted hooligans. So if that doesn't prove that I'm taking this whole thing seriously, then nothing will. But it also proves that I have lost my damn mind, but we all knew that already. And obviously it stands for darkest light. I mean, come on, man. Alright, checking the sound. Okay, me and Andrew just drove about 8 hours or more from Auckland to Wellington Lookout to get our B-roll establishing shots. Is this a shot? I think you need to go like slightly darker even.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm fucked, that's all I know.
I have hired an artist to do the opening company logo animation for the start of the film, because it's not a film without one. I haven't watched it yet, so let's just watch this in real time and capture my first reaction. Here we go. Holy shit! Holy! That was so sick! Well, I did not expect that. That was sick. If you are still watching this, then congratulations on making it this far. As you can tell, I've decided to participate in Movember, so hopefully I've done an alright job of that. So, the film itself has a few somber themes, and part of the whole reason for Movember is to bring awareness to male suicide prevention and that kind of thing. So if you are here and you're going through some troubles, what I would say to you is try and do what makes you happy and don't conform to what other people expect of you. That's about all from me for now, and see you in a jiffy. Woo!
Let me start by saying I'm sorry. Senior Sergeant Nora Hill will join me on the investigation. But I want no outside involvement.
I don't need to remind you that the moment you help me is the moment that you are breaking the law.
Tell you real quick though, it's funny that we went from absolute fucking tiredness, or like quiet, to
What's that?
And Mason
talking.
dead.
Us
Mason
here
dead. He's done. You're
saying something foolish.
God damn.
But yeah, so you're talking to this girl. She's hot. She is a 10.
Some heavy duty colour grading to make the film look tip top.
That's what we do.
If I were to ask you to picture a New Zealand undercover police detective car. If I asked you to picture a New Zealand undercover police car, what colour would it be? Would you say it's something along the lines of a black and or dark grey? Well, here's the car that we got for the film, but not everything is as it appears, because secretly it's a blue car. So if you like a little bit of film trivia, I just thought I'd show you that. Well, we're back in the press with an interview that I completely squandered by stuttering my way through it. I've had a very positive response to the teaser trailer thus far, but let's have a look at what this gentleman had to say. My first scathing review. And to answer your question, Alex, it's because go suck your own asshole, that's why. So there's an Auckland-based musician called Johnny Dias who has been doing the music for my short films for the last few years, and I asked him to do the score for this feature film and he agreed to do it. And he's great because he has these really good instincts when it comes to matching atmosphere to the genre, but there's one thing that I do when it comes to the collaboration that I'm sure really pisses him off. So here is one of the submissions that he provided to me for review, and whilst I really like the sound, there is something about it that felt like it wasn't quite actually matching the scene in question. If you listen to this for a moment. So as you can hear, it's very crime thrillery, but there was something about it that felt like it didn't quite suit the scene that Johnny had scored it to. But I didn't want to throw it away altogether, so I came up with this bright idea. So what I went with was to take the score that he'd provided and actually paste it over the top of a different scene, and suddenly, as far as I was concerned, it just clicked. My friends, I am in a crisis. I've been working closely with my film composer in order to get the score into a finished state that we can then incorporate into the movie's sound mix. The New Zealand International Film Festival deadline is in less than a month. Today is the 30th of March 2023. The deadline is the 21st of April. Now, my sound mixer has told us that he will be busy for the next few weeks, and therefore we shouldn't rush because festivals understand that films can be submitted at an incomplete state, which I simply don't abide by. I am not going to squander the last 3 years that I just spent on the biggest project of my life in order to nonchalantly submit something that may or may not be ready. So I just wanted to document this little conundrum that I'm in and hope that it works out, because the New Zealand International Film Festival is the only thing that I care about, and that is what we're going to get into. Meanwhile, this is the music that I'm talking about playing in the background.
It sounded pretty good to me, but I was thinking if you need another person to like go after you've done your version, I guess, to go and like mix it further or something like that. I'm sure he would do it, and he wouldn't charge you because he's working with me. So
Yeah, basically
if you need that.
Yeah, what I'm doing now is basically I'm solving a few synchronization issues, and then after that, really, it's a matter of getting some sound effects in places where it feels a bit empty. Like really like basic stuff like this. That's probably stuff I can do anyway, like footsteps and things like that. But there are a couple of extras like ringtones and stuff, because there are a lot of phone calls in this movie for some reason. I don't know if that's something we can source or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah. We have all of the sound effect libraries. Like I made that logo sound with using our resources as well.
Yeah.
At the start. So
1 week to go until the submission deadline for the New Zealand International Film Festival, and every single day, scene by scene, revision after revision after revision, me and Johnny have been working meticulously to get the music to the top level. He's doing phenomenal work. Meanwhile, Yife, his business partner, has been doing the sound design, and once the music is ready for delivery, he's going to do the final sound mix. And you know what? Despite the time crunch, I think we're going to make it. I really think we're going to make it, because you know what? At the end of the day, we don't have a choice, and that's the way it is. So let's do it. Well, it's a couple of days until hand-in, and apparently today was the day I decided to come up with something that will completely alter the trajectory of my film. At the beginning of the movie, David King takes a phone call from a menacing stranger, and every single time I watch it, I recognize the other person.
Yes. David King. Who is this?
Now, of course, maybe it's because I'm too close to the film and I understand who all the key players are and I know the way it works out, but I thought, what if we take out the voice on the other side and we only hear David's response?
Hello. Yes. Who is this?
Now, I don't know if I'm ruining my own movie right now, but I feel like that kind of takes out the alibi, and then there is a certain added sense of extra mystery. Either that, or I'm completely screwing up my film! I have been working from 8 o'clock in the morning. It is now just past midnight. I've been collaborating with my business partners to get the sound mix finished for the film. My ears are absolutely obliterated. I have no idea if my film is audible or not. Can the people be heard? Can the music be heard? Or are they clashing in insurmountable battle forever? Also, my light has started flickering. Probably an indication that I have to stop now and go Betty buys. And I'll check it out again tomorrow because it has to be submitted one day in advance before Friday. And tomorrow is Thursday. Right. It is the day that I've been waiting for. The 16th of May 2023, and I have received my correspondence from the New Zealand International Film Festival as to whether or not I have been selected for my film, Darkest Light. So how about I just dive in? Oh, my heart is racing, but I'm just going to click it, okay? Oh my god. I'm sorry to say that we've not found a place. I don't even need to read anymore. Oh. Alright. Well, that's the end of an era. Stopped short right at the final signpost. Yeah, I was really counting on this, and I got a nice little polite email saying thank you so much for your consideration and go fuck yourself. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Trying to share my thoughts, my immediate thoughts, without sounding needlessly bitter about the whole thing, but I am bitter. I am bitter as hell. Okay, there we go. So, if the New Zealand International Film Festival has no interest in including us in their program, then my rebuttal is this. I will spam every motherfucking cinema in the country privately and personally and attempt to come to some sort of arrangement where we'll screen it on our own. Fuck 'em.
This is actually a fascinating topic. We are not ever encouraged by the business to consider failure as part of the process.
Yeah.
There is no culture in Hollywood of embracing failure as part of learning.
Yeah.
This just simply doesn't exist.
I think it's because of the public nature of it. Because if you think about development and everything else as being research and development, like R&D. So other companies, tech companies would do R&D, and like they're going to try a bunch of things. They're going to know that most of those things aren't going to work, but they're private. They don't have to sort of be presented to the world.
Well, I handed in my movie to the video and film labeling body to get it classified for a rating for public exhibition. And I was fretting a little bit that it might get an R18 for violence, murder, horror, and swearing, and all sorts of nasty things such as that. But actually, we kind of got off pretty easily. A rated M is not too bad. Okay. Alright then, well, I haven't really been recording that many self-tapes lately, mostly because the bad news that I received, as you know, created a really negative effect on my psychology and state of mind, and even though I wanted to be honest in my evaluation of how I'm feeling at any given moment in the making of this film, I was starting to exhibit behaviors that I really don't like to see in other people, which is self-pity. So I sort of just wanted to try and get through that on my own, and thankfully, due to the genuine support of a great friend network and my mum and dad, of course, I've sort of pushed past the debilitated feeling, and I'm now sort of feeling more optimistic once again. And tomorrow I'll be talking with James from the Terra Film Festival to see if we can make anything happen. He has cinemas and centres such as Wellington, Auckland, Christchurch, and hopefully we can get this theatrical run going. And of course, if you don't notice already, this is my interpretation of Ken, to give tribute to Barbie and the Barbenheimer cinematic revolution at large, bringing people back to the movies. And another thing, since the head programmer at Terrify takes literally months at a time to reply, and I don't know if all day and the clock is ticking, Maybe I'll spend $45 for an official submission, and maybe that will make the difference, and I will actually get a fucking answer back, because all I want is to show my film in a cinema. Is that too much to ask?
I believe I have to take matters back into my own hands, because whenever you rely on someone else to get things done, it turns into a fucking disappointment. So let's get out the door and do something. I just got word back from the Roxy Cinema telling me that they are not able to host a premiere for Darkest Light because they have obligations to other distributors to meet those bookings. I also received correspondence from the Lighthouse Cinema today telling me the same thing, and it is a hard no. So now I am walking to Penthouse Cinema, the last remaining theatrical venue in the CBD that I think will be able to create a cool event out of this. So let's see how that goes and cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, I was passed on an email address, so we'll give that a try and hope it amounts to a good result. Otherwise, my disillusionment will be complete. Come on! Come on! Come on! Okay, you are now on the record. Are you ready? So this is the response from the Penthouse. What do they have to say? We would definitely be able to accommodate 1 or 2 screenings to start off with. Then we can go from there. Thoughts?
It's like, it's right in the middle, you know?
No, but I was willing to settle for the bottom, the worst of the worst. So the middle is actually...
It's not a hard letdown. It's not like... It's not no, that's for sure.
Well, it's yes. It's yes plus 1. I was expecting 1 and they gave me 2. I doubled my money. I doubled my money. Let's go. I'm just in the middle of checking out the DCP renderer that you can use straight through Adobe Premiere Pro, which allegedly can be a little bit crude and basic, but will generally provide a pretty smooth experience without having to go through a third-party vendor and paying eye-watering costs. And from what I can tell so far, it seems to be going pretty well, but we will get an opportunity to trial it on Monday at the cinema and see it for real on the big screen, which is exciting!
I'll lead the case, and I'll take care of it. You have my word. But I want no outside involvement. You understand what I'm telling you? Yes, sir.
Middle of yeah. I mean, it depends on the size of the cinema. Middle of the middle is preferable in some, but in this, for Cinema 3, the middle of the back is ideal.
Yeah. Let the good times roll, man. We were selected for the Misty Flicks Festival, which will allow me to bring the film to my Hamilton friends and family directly after the premiere in the city where I made it, Wellington. So that means we've gone national. Finally, some good news, man. Finally. So there's my little red carpet that I've bought for the premiere. Also, yeah, thanks to Anne-Marie over at Mercury Twin Cinemas in Whitianga for including the film in their roster. Our empire is growing. Felt like the time before the premiere was unlimited, and now all of a sudden it's one day away. Now I have nothing left to hide behind, and my choices will all be up on that screen tomorrow. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of November, 2023, which marks the day of the world premiere of Darkest Light, my debut feature film. James Croot has agreed to do an early review of the film, which I haven't read. I would hope it is either scathing or glowing, not somewhere in the middle nor neutral, because I want it to either be provocative or enjoyable, but not something in between. What does he have to say? A promising debut, Darkest Light deserves to find a wider audience either in cinemas across the Motu or on network television. Well, that's actually very nice. Thank you, James Croot. Fuck. There we go, that's better. Wait, no.
What's he doing? Being a director.
I don't really think you get enough respect for $10.
Moving away from you as soon as possible.
It's going to work. I've seen the film work. I've seen the film. It does work.
It's functional.
It functions. Start off on screen, and then
You're last in line, Luke. Thoughts? Any comments?
Very excited. Bring it on.
Well, prepare to be disappointed. No, I'm just... Premiere. Floris.
Woo!
That is actually my
That is
signature,
awesome.
by the way.
Good.
Yay!
All right, wait, go and watch the movie.
Okay. Should I quickly say something, or is it too
Yeah.
late?
Get them in there.
Yeah, get them
them in.
All right, we have to start moving people. Are you here for Darkest Light? I guess so.
Did we sit anywhere?
You join me in Elrow.
Elrow, okay.
Okay, I'm quickly going to say something to everybody here. Is this a good focal distance?
Yep, that's great.
There are some familiar faces and some unfamiliar faces. I'm the director of Darkest Light. My name is Throughout the screening, I plan to liquefy into the seat from embarrassment, so I hope you enjoy it. I was telling people the film was intended to be provocative, so there are going to be people here who might be upset. I apologize for that, but I wanted to go in with a hard edge. Wellington will be on the big screen here. It was represented as Wellington, shot in Wellington. So it's a Wellington production made locally for people like you, I suppose. So thanks for being here anyway. And now we wait.
30 seconds to on air.
Okay, and you are just here.
Well, that is the end of that. Let me just sit down and we'll have a chat. It really did turn into a pleasant evening, and despite the fact that my brain was cooking all the way through that screening, by the time it ended, I'm just so glad that everyone had such lovely things to say and that they were entertained and didn't shake their heads at me derisively. And I'm told that even when I was out of earshot, people continued to say nice things. So I'm just very, very thankful for all the support and that everyone was championing my little movie.
Okay. See you later then.
That'll give me motivation to finish
It's an enormous effort to create
wonderful work, and I want you all to put your heads together again.
She was going to get prosecuted and go to prison, and then I sort of rearranged a few lines where instead of Nathaniel saying, let's do it, he says, we can't do it. So I actually manipulated some of the lines to make it turn out that they get away with it instead. So then I had to remove the I'm going to enjoy what happens next confrontation as well. Because I felt like it was more bittersweet if she gets away with it, but it's not about capturing the person. I think it's about finding companionship in other people through a crisis. So that's what I wanted the film to be about. This is my media studies teacher who got me into this mess.
Floris, why was part 4 brown and the rest were, all the parts were red? What was the reason for that?
Oh, I'm colourblind.
He's not kidding.
Brown? You mean white with the white background?
No, the writing. The writing was a different colour, yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes, he's colourblind, he can't see
No,
that.
you're wrong. Are you? Are you
No.
serious?
I'm serious. I thought it was a purposeful reason. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, it was. That was kind of how I did it. So I just created a budget and then just tried to fill the film within that budget. I tried to get funding from the Film Commission. They said this can't be made for less than $1 million. So then I just made it for $35,000 instead.
We can fix it in post.
Okay. I gotta remember the thing I was gonna say, which is basically, thanks everybody for coming to watch Darkest Light and being a part of the process, including my friends and family. I just want to say that anybody who left me behind or turned their back on me, if you're watching this and you think I might be talking about you, I probably am, and I have one message for you, and that's this.